Good morning, everyone. This is Charles Sniper with a weekend review of the markets. This is for the first week of January from 3rd to 7th, and wish you a very happy new year. Um, so I hope like you all make right decisions, and with our help, I wanted to kind of wish you a good trading year. So with that, let's do a deep dive into the markets on the futures especially. So let's look at ES. So what we are looking at today is a daily chart and a weekly chart in the center and a monthly chart in the extreme right of it. Okay. So futures so far has been up 0.5%, and we could see that last 2 days have been a little bit pullbacky mode. But overall, when we look at a big picture, there has been a huge rally and then a sideways consolidation. And so far, the market, at least from the ES perspective, S&P perspective, has been closing higher above the 5 days average. So that is very constructive. It has more room to go upside to 3825. On the weekly also, last week there was a kind of a sell-off in the SPY. You can see that big wick, right? But this week it kind of gapped up and staying above that, so which is a little bit constructive. Um, as long as it stays above this 4780, this is the new level that we got from the entire last year. So as long as it stays above 4780, there is more room for it to go upside. But if it is below 4780, then that's where the problem comes. Hope, hope that this pulls back, tests the 5 weeks MA at 4721 and bounces back and continues. Okay. So with that, let's get quickly into a monthly chart. We have new month and December month so far in the SPY at least has been very strong, and we are on top of that strong. So the volume was decent in December, initial pullback and then rally. So yeah, there is a lot of room to go up to 40, 40, 50, 46 on the monthly level, 48.27 on the weekly level, and 48.25 on the daily level. So that's pretty much about year so far. Everything is above 5 days average. So there is no reason for us to kind of be um, pessimistic about it. Okay. So I want you to be cautiously bullish in SPY related stocks at least. So let's do a quick look at tech sector. Okay, so tech sector has been, Nasdaq has been pulling back for the last 4 days, except yeah, for the last 4 days, but it closed below the 5 and 8 averages. But now the way the futures have turned out to be, it regained those 8 MA support and 5 MA support and looking strong. So with 4 weeks, 4 days of pullback, this candle might have some legs to go higher. Okay. What we are looking at here is we have a high made and we have a lower high made, and that is a downtrend line we are looking at. And at least there will be a revisit to that downtrend line, and then there will be a decision whether to break out or pull back into the triangle. So it's kind of we are watching that downtrend line. On a weekly, the 5 days average is kind of pointing very straight upward, which is good. And overall, out of this entire pullback, we are staying above the 61.8, which is also good. The long wick could be like, a reason for sell-off or profit booking in tech sector into the December close. But hopefully, we kind of pull back and retest this downtrend line, and then if the market, the yes S&P is overall moving higher, then this also might start moving higher. Okay. So let's do a quick look because this is a new month on a monthly candle. The last month, at least in the tech, is a doji candle. with very small body, and we would certainly fill in the upper half of this one, and then hopefully we will make that new leg higher, like the candle that you see here. We can see that similar kind of candle to be made in the entire month of January, and then probably there'll be a pullback there. Okay, so decent volume, increasing volume, and decent volume on weekly also. A lot of selling happened in QQQ, so we have to really see nothing is overbought from RSI perspective at in any of these indices. So we if they mark if they want to kind of take the market higher, then certainly there is a lot of room for the market to go higher. So looking at Dow Jones quickly, this is better than Nasdaq, and but a little bit actually it's falling very close to the market overall market S&P. So very constructive price action. 2 days of pullback like this SPY, but there is a resistance here at 3612 near the previous highs. So that's where we'll be seeing probably some resistance. If it makes a new all-time high, that would be the point where we can go and invest in some of the Dow 30 stocks. But so far, looks like we have to wait and see for a new all-time high for a continued move higher. Monthly has a lot of room to upside. Um, yeah, those cautiously optimistic and cautiously bullish is the theme there. Small cap has been in a big range for the entire part of last year. So what it means is it has a couple of things to prove itself, like the initial part of last year, where you would see quick higher move in the first quarter for 3 months. So that kind of breakout now might be a pretty good move. A 1 year consolidation sideways, once the breakout happens, it can keep going for a few months very aggressively. So with that, I'm assuming there is a lot of scope for small cap to catch up in the beginning of the year, and looks like we have a window of opportunity to cross the cloud around January 6th. So it's good that the futures wise it regained back the 200 days average and 100 days average, and 50 is at 2282. So I'm looking forward to kind of see it move above the cloud, and this kind of initial fake breakout and pullback was evident into the closing of the year because no one wants to take a big risk with the small cap stock. But now with the new year coming in, there is a lot of potential for people to take risk, the fund managers to take risk and gain a very major chunk of the percentage gains for the entire 2022 by investing in small caps. So it regained back the 50 weeks average, and it for sure will visit here 2391, and then a new all-time high is also possible in the first 3 months. Okay, so with that, that's pretty quick look at the four major indices, and let's look at VIX how it is doing. As long as it is staying below that 20 range, it's pretty good, and we are looking at um, a consolidation towards the bottom of that range. It might go to 15, and that will for sure help the market to do its usual thing, which is the slow grind higher. So no alarming signals as such from VIX yet. And let's look at skew. This is the only concern that I have, which is sitting at 154, which is means extremely overbought. There is no reason for this to cause a big panic. The slow grind higher can continue higher, but it just a little bit cautious. Being a little bit cautious helps, because this is so overbought, and with the skew of 154, usually it should be below 135 for a bull market, but it's not only above 145 but also at 154 level. So what it means is a lot of people are expecting a two standard deviations move possible in the market. Okay, so this is concerning if the market, especially the IWM small cap, starts rallying and the entire market starts moving, for sure this will come back down. But if there is a quick sell-off today, the markets might be good because there will be a lot of funds flowing into the market. The new year funds and new months, new quarter funds, all those funds kind of flow into the market. That's why there might be a buying pressure, but some players who bought this dip um, in the market might be waiting for this day to come by, and people who do not want to pay tax in the last year, right, 2021, they are free to sell now and do not pay tax until the year end, correct? So especially when they want to do some kind of profit booking. So yeah, so we have to watch carefully this bunch of couple of days. Most likely, this will kind of continue going higher into New Year. But if there is a pullback, again, that 4780 level would be kind of a barometer. Above it is bullish, below it is has some consolidation potential. So with that, let's quickly look at some Bitcoin, how it is doing. There was a lot of open interest in Bitcoin contracts around 4700, 47,000, and that's what it exactly did. It came back to that 4700 near the high open interest rate and made those features worthless. Okay, so that probably could be the reason for the pullback. Still, we are looking at a higher low pattern. This cup and handle formation can materialize. On a weekly, it's still above the cloud. As you could see, we are now below the 61.8 retracement of this down move. It can continue lower and visit the 38.2 retracement. That will be a good buy the dip opportunity if it goes to that level, and then start moving along the cloud again. But we are talking about few weeks, like probably the entire month of January. If it wants to be bearish, it can be bearish, or it can bounce back here and regain the 61.8 and continue higher. So we have to wait and see. So far, looks like 3.2% action in the new year. Um, yeah, and there is that window opportunity for it to kind of go back to that critical level in on by Jan 18th. Okay, so Ethereum probably should be doing pretty good. Yeah, it is still hovering on top of the um, weekly 20 days average, and a reclaim of that one and some big constructive move should take it higher. We are looking at the cloud bottom, and it can go along this cloud like that by Jan 26th. So looks like it's going to be a slow bounce higher, um, or a quick down move high lower, and then start bouncing higher again. So um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you have to take the stand on this one, it's regained that 5 and 8 days average, but below the 20 days average on a daily, and then on a weekly, it's below 5 and 8 averages and 20 averages also. So you'd like to see this completely regain these three averages, so that for a bullish move. Until that doesn't happen, it might do some more consolidation there. So quick look at some stocks. Tesla, we are looking at almost like a $70 gap up in the pre-market. So what we are looking at is a very healthy consolidation on the weekly, and we are looking at this channel. It tried to hit the channel and then pull back a little bit. So with that, on a daily, it has been at support of the cloud, and as soon as we are seeing this 1127 level, so it takes it above this channel higher. Okay, 1127, as in, like, it not only kind of broke out of this channel, it actually went ahead and closed above this 1123. Okay, until unless we see a deep red candle today by a pullback, we are looking at very strong moves in Tesla um, into the next week, because this entire channel has been broken to higher side, and it has also moved above this level in the pre-market. So Tesla looking good, and Apple. a lot of room to upside to 185 levels, and yeah, it can revisit that levels. Looks like a cup and handle formation pullback. But large caps typically have a little bit struggle initially, especially when the fund managers rotate more to the small caps in the first quarter. So we have to wait and see how these turn out. Microsoft is looking good, and did it gained a couple of points there. So probably it is trying to move back above this downtrend line. It is very strong and it has been consolidated very strongly. We can clearly see a move higher and make a new all-time high to 350s and 358 levels. Okay, so Google is the same pattern. It's kind of a consolidation, asymmetric triangle formation, until unless there is a deep red move, we should see a constructive action out of this consolidation to the upside. And all these have probably a lot of room on monthly also, as you could see, up to 300, and then Microsoft up to 360. So what else is there? Amazon. It has been probably the weakest stock, and yep, it is at a major support, I would say, 3329. So it should bounce 3355. So it should hold this one. Should hold this one and then probably buy bounce back above 50. So the 50 days average at 3354 is a parameter for Amazon. When it starts going above that, closing above that, for example, it tried here, could not go, it tried here, it could not go. But if it manages to go above that level, then you'll be seeing a very strong up move in Amazon. So above 3454 level. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Let's think we did cover Facebook is one there, right? Facebook 200 days average, it's between 100 and 200 days average. Consolidation, it's in the cloud is red into the future. Overall, it tried to kind of make some constructive move on the weekly, but it could not materialize it. So it's kind of a weak for whatever reason, but overall, um, I think any pullback in Facebook will be a good buy the dip opportunity for long term. Uh, One more quickly, Netflix has potentially the first earnings upcoming on 120. So whatever pullback happened and a very strong consolidation for the entire month, here we have a window of for it to cross the cloud up at 641 level on 118. So we would like to see it move strongly higher very quickly into the earnings. Okay. So with that, we could see a pre-earnings rally into in most of the tech stocks. As long as the market overall is staying above 5 days and 8 days, we should be good to kind of be cautiously bullish about it. With that, let's conclude this review meeting and hope that was helpful. See you in the next week video. Thank you.